Hello and welcome. Right, I have set these monsters going. We go straight into a time lapse because this is to begin with the session, and this is one thing I love about cosplay, if I'm honest. And this is the way that they play this intricate game together. Now, I've set this. People say you can't have different sized equipment on a field at the same time. Now, you sort of can if you set the coursers right. You can have lots of different sizes. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect, but you can actually do it. I've set the coursers, all of them at different points on the thing. Now, if I've set it right, then it's going to pretty much start to work quite nicely. So we should see how well I've done. But what we're going to do, you can see that they're all working on the no-till is working on the 6 meter this time, so I've no idea why it did go wrong and sort of knock my confidence and like think, oh, I'm not sure that this is, and it was, yeah, I did know it, I was right, but it's weird, you get that moment where you like think, am I right? Is this working? Now that's actually that's definitely got the that's going down, that shows the other one, and the one in the... Oh, hang on, I think one of them isn't, is it? I think it is actually. One of them hasn't got... No, the fertilizer won't work on this one because it doesn't have fertilizer. The fact that it's got a front box does not make that have fertilizer. So yeah, I did sort of say that one. This one's going to have a... unfortunately, I'm going to need to run over with fertilizer at the end of it, which we will do with the... in fact, I might actually use the slurry thing, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'm going to go to a time lapse, although, do you know, I don't think I will. I think we're going to chat because it's not going to take very long. When you've got three tractors, one with the only one that's the slowest of all is the 4.5. Hang on a minute, shouldn't the 4.5 be doing the... No, this is the one doing this. So this one looks like I've missed it on the first run. It should have done the first run, it's done the second. If you look, I've started it not quite at the right place. I thought I had done it right. So yeah, there's going to be a tiny weeny little bit of manual fixing because I started in the right. And that's what I'm saying. That's where the mistakes happen when you're doing this type of thing. Is, yeah, if you see, I've actually missed the very first turn and it's gone for the second one where it's, yeah, I've not quite done it right. So that's my fault, not actually cosplay's. This is where, I've got to be honest, I think I've said this before about, right, we're going to, oh, yeah. It is a beautiful thing, it really is, but yeah, it's... only as good as the person behind it, and it is still an imperfect system, as good as it is, and it really is. So now if I do nearest now, it should do the rest of the first side really, and we can see it is actually doing a really cracking job. It really is. And I say any fault was just mine myself. Obviously there's the little tiny swishers, as I call them, where the corner turns are. We'll get that fixed at the end. We'll also run over very briefly. It's growing nicely, the crop on the others. I can't remember if April morning is when the... because obviously we're running a little low on funds. Now those, obviously we've got an awful lot of bales, which is going to seriously give us a massive kick again and earn us a small fortune. So yeah, I'm also trying to think, whilst we've got this as well, let's have a quick look at... when the next thing is. I think there was something diesel, grass January, silage January, March, lime, pistachio March. We've only got oh well, no, hang on a minute. Have we got bottled olive oil June? Right, that's it. So did we not do the pistachio oil? Have I still forgotten that value 2030? Oh, that is a little tiny bit, that's why. No, we've got to have done that. I don't think we have. I remember the episodes, and I don't think I have actually done that. So we are still at the high end of that price, so we will have a look at that before the end of the session. We'll get that manually done. But I just want to show this. It's very rare do I home in on cosplay, and as I said, lots of people say lots of things about cosplay, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that with different sizes and you can't do all the rest of it. Well, it looks to me like we've got 3 different size implements and it is working together. And there's got a bit of overlap, but if you know Courseplay well enough, you can pretty much make this actually work. And as we are doing, and again, most of it is through your skill with Courseplay, actually an experience where you are actually looking at, now this is where we're going to take it, because obviously we've now finished that first run and we've already done the second run, so we need to be literally, where you can see that bit of green in a minute, we need to be swapping over like now and interrupting its flow, and where it gets to here we say nearest again, and then it should continue on its other, yeah, literally, because you can see this is where it does the bit where it goes from one to another, so it should, in theory, if I get it right. Now, it doesn't always work. The other day, we last session in fact, we did this and it totally didn't do it right. Yeah, it literally did. I was literally right on the edge of the field and I said nearest, and it was nowhere near the point where it did, and it completely went wrong and went on the inner lines, and it was nowhere near those. So yeah, it's an imperfect system. Sometimes it gets things wrong. Still to this day, I was looking at that time and time again in editing and thinking, why, oh why? I did say something in the session. I was like, why it was on that field next to us. It really was. And I still to this day, well, where everything went wrong on that particular field, if I'm honest. It really did, so we shall see. Right, so mainly this is only going to be the headland that we need to do, and that's why I set this one going on the headlands, because I should be able to stop this as soon as we hit the main field. This has done its job, and that's where you can do Courseplay with lots of things. You've got to think your course through properly if you're going to use different sized implements like this. And it's even worse if you've got one. The other two have both got fertilizer and this one hasn't, so that's the other reason I thought, well, I don't know that I was that clever. That might have been just a fluke, but yeah, I did think this is all in one place, so therefore it's not going to be that difficult for us to fertilize this after we've finished. Now, the one thing I do realize in this is I didn't pH this particular field, which was, well, actually, there is an easy way to do it. We just step out for 1 second. pH is good, so it's not right, so we will still lime as well. Yeah. No, I think we've got in use all of the front boxes, I think, that we need for either for the liming. Although I suppose we can still lime without the front box, really. We'll wait for this one to finish, and as soon as it hits field where it's brown, the bottom line is we're done. Now you will see now that actually the big one, he's actually also likewise now doubling up. So we just say, that's it, nice one, finished. And this is the thing when you're doing a course like this, it's watching for those moments when your particular one has done its job. Right, now we'll crack on. And fantastic, that has done its job. So that is all good. So the little 4.5, it has done its thing, and if I did this right, we should now get the 6 meter, just finish this bit of green off. And I may have not quite done it right yet, because nobody's that good. Oh, please tell me I did this right, because this has got sunflowers. Oh, I knew this. I remembered in editing thinking you've got to remember. So really, we've got a bit of sunflowers. Oh, we have as well. In fact, we've got nearly all sunflowers. That's so annoying. The only one that's done it right is the outside one. And we can't do this until it actually grows, which means unless corn is ready tomorrow morning, we can do that. We can't actually do this Luckily for us, we can. So we're going to literally swish across till tomorrow, and we're going to do this again. Right, okay. So then, no, that's canola. So we've wasted all of that. Okay. Right, well, it was good for a courseplay exercise, and I don't... yeah, if we've got to do this again, we've got to do this again. That is the bottom line. Right, so we want... Oh, no, actually, it was back there. We will do the liming, though, now. As in, rather than we're not going to wait for that till tomorrow. And we don't really need to... No, the actual one that is right is this particular one. So let's just fold this, unfold this. No. I suppose we've got the wrong one selected. No. That's what we want. So let's fill this up. I think we've got enough fertiliser in that front box that we really don't need to worry about that. Right, so we're just quickly going to do those little swishes on the outside, and then we are going to do the liming, being as we've made such a mistake, and then we are going to speed through till tomorrow, no matter what, just to fix this mistake that I've made. Yeah, I did know this in editing. I did look, and you know when you get that sinking feeling, I was just looking at the colours and I thought, you know, you forgot to do it. Oh well, the one thing I am going to say is Courseplay did its job properly. Now, did I do that? I'm not sure I did that right. I might admit it might have not quite. I might have pulled the 12 metre off a little too early. But yeah, as for Courseplay working correctly, you can see that that actually really does work perfectly well. Yeah, you can't over sow. If you do it now, it won't take... Well, it didn't. A few months ago, I did this on Avon Valley, and I oversowed barley with wheat. I made the exact same mistake. Should you now... Are you doing the ups and the downs? Because we're going to need to grab you in a minute. And... let's have a quick look. Here we are. Yeah, no. Right, okay. That was my fault. It wasn't bad though. When you consider the entire field, bar these ends, was done correctly. That was just me not quite, and that's where the overlap is. It's down to you then, as your skill as a human being, to actually get it right. And the overlaps are not perfect, so that's as good as it can get. That is as close to Courseplay doing that right. Oh, I've got... yeah, so no, this was the right one. This is the one we did say was correct. So at least if we do this, everything else in the middle, we'll use the big one to fix it. I thought I got the big one right. No, of course I did. I planted the sunflowers inside. That is true. Oh well, this entire episode now is going to be... but then again, I suppose it's an exercise in making sure everything's right. Yeah, we will get it right. Because actually, I've never done this where I've oversown. Because this is... oh, I thought yeah, I don't know. Again, this is what I'm trying to say. That should not have skipped that little bit. This is a perfectly flat field, and it skipped a line, and there was no reason for it to do that at all. And that is literally, yeah, a flaw in the game itself. Really, yeah, the last field was awful. You do not get a field much flatter than what we've got this. So yeah, this is quite amazingly flat, really. I'm glad we finally got to use this piece of equipment as well. Because obviously we bought this in the sales a very long time ago. Yeah, I am loving our equipment, I really am. Right, so if we now cleverly go from this bit here, yeah, we should finish this bit off, get the corner swishes done, we'll grab the limer, and then we will finish off. Yeah, you can see the difference between where it's fertilised and where it isn't. So that's the one thing I am going to say. Yes, I'm looking forward to doing this corn oil. It's quite intriguing me, really. We will have done everything, and I do wish I'd, yeah, I'm not going to buy another field. I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, I feel bad because obviously I did say, oh, I would have I'd like to do them too. I didn't work it out. Obviously, we have got quite a lot of fields and we are doing quite a lot. But yeah, you can only do so much. We did do the other crop, and I think I'm right. I think we did do the other one. Yeah, I don't think I did get this wrong. I'm sure last time we did the opposite one that we've done this time. I'm sure it was the other one. I can't remember which one we've up. It's not, I was going to say hops then. It's not nothing to do with hops at all. Right, yeah, now then, this is the last little big bit, if that makes any sense at all. And then we'll just finish that last little bit off, and then really it's wait until this grows tomorrow morning, and then we will try to oversow with no-till system corn and see if that works. Now it does work when the workers do this, not that much I do know because I've actually done that. When the workers oversow when it's already grown, it definitely works. So I'm presuming that it will work just as well for us when we do that. And then there will be no harm, no foul, as the saying goes. Let's also try to fix that. So last little bit. Oh, we will grab that corner swishes as well with the other one. And we will go over the rest with the 12 metre. Yeah, I'll just go into a bit of a time lapse or something like that. Just little old me. Just to fix this so that this episode... Yeah, I'm getting through everything. The only thing I've not got done is a little tiny bit of footage left for the Court Farm storyline, which I'm hoping to get on over the weekend. Although I've got a massively busy weekend with the family, so it's one of those typical things. So if you could bear with me, I've not forgotten it. I've got most of the footage. I think I've got a little tiny bit of footage to do, which I was going to go live. It does take a while to swap the characters over. I tried to do all of the Kara footage, all of the Eliakim footage, all in one go, and I think I forgot some of the sheriff, so I need to go back to the sheriff and do some of that, the dialogue between the sheriff and Eliakim, and then that is pretty much it. Yeah, it's surprising how it is. It's quite intense actually on. It is. I've done this differently to I've ever done a storyline before. I've never done it where you're seeing the characters do what. This is a first for me, and there's an awful lot of work involved. Right? Yeah, I did that completely wrong. Right. So then I think again there's still enough fertilizer. Let's just get the. Oh, it's tight. Right, smashing. Yeah, it's not a very big thing really in the seed section. Right, now then, liming, we will... I think actually we'll go for the sin track, which we need anyway, to grab in that corner just to finish those little swishes off. Nope. Already was down. Fantastic. Right, so then if we now... No, let's put this straight away. Wow, yeah, it didn't do an awful lot. This had the least to do, and I did know that. I thought this was the predictable. It could do the end sections, and let's knock those plastic boxes over. Let's leave them alone. I do love our equipment. We've done very, very well. We don't spend money on this Let's Play, though, really. As soon as we've got money, it's gone again. Right, that's what we need. If we're clever... Because we have sown all of our seeds now, apart from fixing this mistake that I've made, can stick that straight there. Fantastic. Right, now we need to expel this bit And we'll do that with this bit here. If we do it right. You know, it really is annoying because there's plenty of room. Oh, is that right? That's more like it. Let's get this. No, we've got. Yeah, we can do. Oh, yeah, I don't want it lying around. Really, we can actually push that. No, it was down already. It's not bad at pushing. This isn't actually. So let's just push it out of the way a little bit. I think there's lime in that box. I think that looks brilliant white, and that's lime. Whereas fertilizer is a bit of a mucky grey white. It's not pure. Yeah, it's almost the colour of the bags actually. If you look at the bag, that's the sort of whitey grey that you get from the fertilizer. Oh, it's imperfect. It is. That's as good as it gets. Right, smashing lime. Now then, we have got some lime on the side of the field. I remember seeing it and thinking the lime's there. Right, let's grab this. Not sure if there's enough. I can't remember. I think one of these is the 8. What's left of the 8-tonner? Well, it's obviously got to be this one. Smash it. So now we need the tank. We'll fix this. Do love this intro. It is good. Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, in that one session, I think I called it. I did say that it can be. Yeah, the one thing that is true. It really does use fuel. This and the HTZ are about the same for how hungry they are for fuel. It is very much, very, very bad on that. We shouldn't really use that much because we saw it was pH okay. So truthfully, we should really, if we left the lime in this, I can't remember. I think we did. We should actually be all right. Ooh, okay, we didn't. Oh, that's true. Yes, we could actually think about it. No, I did want to do the slurry tanks. I've only used it that once, really. So I'd like to get that used once more, especially with it being the headland. Seriously, that line, whichever way you look, you've got plenty of room. This is such an imperfect. Right, let's look. If you do it there, there's enough as a field. Never work out what the angles it works at. There is more than enough. You spit it out right next door. It really makes no sense at all. Right, I think we're going to pick that up with the front box this time. So then, is there enough for us to fill that? I think this is quite a big one if I remember rightly. Let's see. We're not going to bother with the metal fac. It is brilliant. I do like it. I've at least reviewed that. Yeah, of all the boxes, the Bredel is the most TARDIS-like of all. This Bredel, because it is fairly big. I think the 4.5 tons for the. What was that? No, that'll do. It's adjustable height. It seems okay. Are we fully? We are 42 metre. So no, I'm not. We really don't need to do anything other than. Let's try and get this right. I would like to do it once. It should be. Yeah, we're on auto. Everything's good. And because it was okay, it shouldn't really be terrible. Beautiful spread though, that 42 metres. Gorgeous. Yeah, so if we just get this done. Also, I would like to see if those, I can't remember if it's April morning that we're right. I'd also like to look at the pistachios before we go, so that we're at least managing not to let anything slip terribly, because that should have been March. I'm sure we didn't do that. So if we, in fact, this is the fastest tractor. I don't understand why this is not doing 50 mph, because it's set on the, mind you know, I think this has been changed. It did used to be 50 miles per hour. You could, when I tried to upgrade it, I'm sure it did say the 80. Now, I'm sure it used to say 100 kilometers per hour, which is 50 miles per hour-ish. And now it doesn't. This was the maximum that it would let you do, which means the Syntrac's been changed somewhat. Because it used to be 50 miles per hour. It was as fast as most lorries, which is made it, well, even 39, it's now been nobbled the same as the other fastest tractors, really, but which is a bit of a shame, because it really was, but it was 49 miles per hour and now it isn't. So that's a bit of a shame, really, that that's been changed. No, we're definitely not going to do this in one hit, definitely not. Have we got any left? And we're not quite doing that right. Not quite. So that's... we have actually used all of the lime that we had. Have we got... I think we've got a little bit of lime. Why did you... Have we got enough? We had 5.6 tons last episode, because I did look in there, so we should still show lime. Oh, we've got 94 tons. Wow, I think we're all right. I don't think we're running out anytime soon. Right, I think I'm going to put the auto. No, I didn't. I was lucky. Yeah, ooh, careful. Let's fill these two. Yeah, you have to... This is where you do have to manually enter them, and that's when you're using something like the shed, where it's got the lime inside, because if it's not open, it won't give you the message to refill the fertilizer spreader. So, right, that'll do for now. Oh, of course, I do remember. Yeah, that's why I was... yeah, I can see why I made the mistake I did. Fantastic. Oh, no, that's that one. And what's on the back, really? That should have done that. Brilliant. Auto is on still. And this time I think we should really... I'm surprised that actually used as much as it did, although it's done an awful lot, really. There's only a couple of runs left, but yeah, I'm surprised with it being okay that didn't actually do the entire field. But hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, because you can see the green changing. Green is not that great, although it is. I suppose it's closer to the yellow that... It's not perfect, so at least we've done this right. Let's try to check my sound. Seems a little bit on the quiet side. Ah, it is. That's more like it. Yeah, I keep getting I've got to get the volume level right on the recordings, because I keep... Most of the time I remember it, but yeah, on some recordings I think, hang on a minute, that's much quieter than the last recording. Also, I do realise the other thing is, yeah, how quickly, how low you go is also affects it. Yeah, whether you're in the same as if you're inside the tractor and all that type of thing, they all have a slight impact on the sound. Right, fantastic. Excellent. So now we're going to speed through... No, pistachios. We were going to use this very tractor. So let's just drop everything off. We do need to drop this out, though. That's one thing I'm going to say. Back box. That was lucky. Right. So smashing. Where are we going to put the front boxes? Oh no, wrong one. I want that one there. That'll drop the metal fac off, and that. And this time, let's drop it down nicely. Not do it from a great height like we did last time. Brilliant. I think we're going to stick with this because these look plastic to me, really, in which case these are ideal for leaving really probably in a line or right next to each other here. Fantastic. Now then, what do I need? Do I need a... I've done the pistachio oil. The green boxes, yeah, that is right. It's going to be a little remnant. It is. The green box has been there on the edge of the field, of the evidence that I actually did do that. So that we're good. We're definitely good to go. One thing I am going to say is we're quickly going to have a quick look. I can't remember for the life of me whether it was today. I think it is. I think it's later on today, in which case... No, it's tomorrow. So we literally will go through to tomorrow. If No, I still haven't done sleep anywhere. I must actually tick, yeah, because there will be a few extra mods as well on this I brought in. We got any weeding to do? That's the one thing I am going to say. That we shouldn't have. Not on the fields we've already done. We think this was the other mistake I made in so much as the weeding. Ooh. No, we did say that actually. So then, who's got narrows? I think you've got narrows. We're going to have a quick look now. Yeah, usually this is one of the newer masses. The other masses, they've all got it's weird. That might be a small track to the blue one. But it doesn't have the option for narrows, which is a little bit... Yeah, but it's down to tractor manufacturers, isn't it, really? It is narrows. Fantastic. Excellent. I thought it was. So then, we'll grab this, and we will quickly run before... I know we could do this tomorrow as well, but we may as well get everything done that we've got to get done. Should be here, and we shouldn't damage our crop. So we have got narrows on. Even if we've got crop destruction plus on, should be good to go. Right, so let's get these all done. In fact, I'm going to set this on the course properly. We're going to do that fertilising that I made mention of. We will get this session right. So field 23. And this is... I can't remember what size it is. I'll know it if I see it. 27. That's the one. And first, indeed, we don't want any of that. And we are going to crack on with doing the fertilising, and we will use the Syntrack so that the Challenger can crack on in the morning without having to look around. So, where did we stick? We left that, I remember. We left it actually where the slurry field point is, if I remember rightly. I was quite chuffed with how I did that, actually, the slurry spreading. It was not a bad effort. I looked in editing and I thought, it wasn't bad. You could have been a lot worse. And I believe we actually filled it up as well in readiness for what we're doing now. We did indeed. Oh, is that switched that on again? There must be something about the Annaberger. It must auto switch it on or something. Is it the dolly? Has it got like an auto switch on feature or something? Because it did this yesterday. I didn't realise it was on. But it did exactly the same again, started it on the on position. So it's a little bit naughty. Right, okay then, yes, we've got auto on. We might have to do 2 runs around this side. So this is a fantastic spread on this for a slurry spread. It's 24 metre. So yeah, it is brilliant. Are we on auto? We are indeed. A little bit, that's not quite right. That was not as good as you did it yesterday. Last session, because it was not yesterday. Yeah, I thought it was about time to do this. I've got this one on Neverlands, and then obviously I've also got the Court Farm storyline to do. That is my top priority, really, that particular one. Also, we are a goodly way through the Court Farm actual Let's Play, though, so yeah, when we hopefully reclaim the farm completely, but the old farm and the new, then, to be honest, we should... yeah, there won't be much to, but I would like to feature a little bit of when we a victory lap, you could say. I'm just not sure how much of a victory lap we'll do. Yeah, I do realise I did a little bit of a mini run on the Frontier map. I do like it. I'd love to continue, but we have until this has still got quite a bit of traction to do. At least going to the end of the year, so I wouldn't be picking the Frontier map up, but I have done a little mini run because it's a bit like this, really. It's got some unique features that I really did want to sort of show, and it really has got a start that's not a farming start, and I thought, well, that's unique, and I'd really love to feature that. And so I think that's where we go next, is that oh no, I said Hills of Tuscany. Yes, do you know something? No, we'll stick to what we said. Hills of Tuscany. Oh, this is not bad, actually. This is pretty much, apart from that corner bit that I missed, it's not far off, actually, one full run. It's almost touching the fertiliser of what's been done by the other one, so... not bad. Yeah, so Hills of Tuscany. I would like to carry on with... I think it's Johnny... is it Johnny Power, or am I getting DS Power mixed up with Johnny... Yeah, it's Johnny something, that much I do remember. Not, yeah, this it's a bit different. Oh, and I've switched off the it's the end of the week again. Forgetting my words as usual. Right, so there's a bit of an overlap on to the right of us. We'll get that done. Then we're going to go through till tomorrow. We should be able to do the bales and earn a bit of cash. And June is the next thing with all of our the rest of our produce, where we are cashing in on our hard work from last year. So let's just do this. It's a little bit. We don't really need the full amount. Ooh, yeah. We might need to top up again. It's oversown the thing as well. Sorry, no, over fertilizing on the bit on the right that it's overlapping. Right, yeah, we're going to need to fill it up again. Just for a little bit. Yes, I think Hills of Tuscany, as we said, because we have started that, it would be nice to finish. As I said, I'm not going to religiously sort of stick to doing the same, like always. Some series, it's just not always about the money either. The Farming Simulator, you can do lots of different things, so we will do. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I realise often. beat myself up and like think, oh, you've got to, I thought, well, you don't really have to. You can sail off in the sunset like we've done on Nieskopheim. Yeah, we don't have to like have a certain sort of thing doing or that type of stuff, really. We can just sail off into the sunset. You don't have to have a fixed Nieskopheim. I could go back and go, ooh, why, oh why are we hitting... That's it, that should work. Right, fantastic. Let's get this last little bit done. That's not doing a bad job. I think that's start in the middle then. For it to be finishing there. I would have thought it should have started there, so I reckon that must have actually got a middle course. Ooh, no, you can't do that. You can't go across there anymore. Brilliant. Let's set you going on the next one. And we'll top you up with the herbicide as we pass. Yeah, on Frontier, I am for once going to allow the sale of herbicide because it's a map where we need millions. So I don't really mind that for once, because you can't make salt, so I can't really do the salt. I've got to buy it. I don't normally allow it, but we need to earn such a lot of... Please tell me they're narrows. Yeah, they are. We've got narrows on the back as well. So this is field... What field are we on? We are on field 21. Have we got a 27 meter? No, we haven't. Right, so we need to make it then. Oh, and it has actually got it already. 1. Fantastic. Save. Activate. 27 meters. And go. Smashing. So that will be done apart from the field that we're going to do again now. Let's just quickly get this finished. So liming, tick. And once we've done this little tiny bit of a top up, we will have done the fertilising. But we'll go over in the morning with the middle section, so that'll be then finished completely. So we got to about, in fact we could go the opposite way to do the overlap here. Yeah, you can see where this is where you fox a thing, because obviously there's different fertilizer rates. So the bit on the left is now going green because it's, yeah, the different soil types, and one's got it and one hasn't. It can't really compensate for that, which I like it. It's realistic. Really the main reason is because, so obviously it's 2 crop types. Yeah, so it's fertilising for both, and it's doing a very good job. Yeah, you can see where one needs more fertiliser than the other, and that's the green one, and that's the sunflower, and the other one doesn't. So it's, yeah, more yellow. It's nice to see that precision farming is doing its job exactly as it should do, really. You know, it's fertilising with the right amount where it needs more, and with the right amount where it needs less. So it's quite amazing. And we really need to be a little bit more over on the right. I think it's about us done. No, I can't. I think we've not quite done this bit on the right. No, we did. We definitely did. It should show now. It shouldn't go change the colour of the orange. No, it's not. So that's it. That is us done. Smashing. Excellent job. We'll top this up as we let go, and we want to be grabbing that one to let go. And then we are waiting on the finishing of the herbicide, the weeding. Yeah, we'll weed this one tomorrow. It's nice to get the sprayer actually working, because there was a time I was thinking we're never going to use that, the weeder that we have now, and thank goodness. Fantastic. So we should now see. Now that's the other thing we could do, that is true as well, is the scanning of our grass field. We don't need narrows on for that. Now where did I stick the scanner? Who had the scanner last? It used to be stored here, and I moved it. I remember doing it. Where did I stick it? I can't quite remember. Okay. We have the weeder blocked by an object. What object will that be? It'll be around the edge of the field, I would say. It is. No, you didn't quite work out your turn right. That was where you got it wrong. Right, smashing. So it should be the last run. It should be about here, I think. Yeah, if we go forwards and to the right, we should be about right. Yeah, you can see where you haven't burnt. That's really what we're looking for now. Well, I call it burning, but you know what I mean, the blackening, really, if you're going to be totally spot on. I think that's right. That looks pretty good to me, apart from in that corner. Just missed a little bit just there. Am I going to hit that tree? Not quite. So if we go straight, we should have missed that tree. Catch that bit in the corner. Job's a good one. Yep, that's it, all gone. I love this little Massey, I've got to be honest. Yeah, I've fallen in love with this. Yeah, it's weird. It's some of the little tractors on Horbella on the 3rd. Yeah, when I went back and did a little mini-series on Horbella with mods a year on. It was, yeah, the little tiny Antonio Carrera that I fell in love with. It was just, in fact, yeah, it still is the photograph on the channel photograph. I really did fall in love with it. It's a real cute tractor, and we managed to do quite a few jobs with it, really, for saying so. I was quite chuffed. Right, let's fill you up and stick you back in your... No, we have got enough room actually for our equipment. It's just I'm not properly using it. This shed obviously we can't block because it is the pass through. But we could leave it really there without it hurting anything. Still leave enough room for the lorries to actually come through. And the tractors for that matter. Yeah, that's the only bit that I did wrong really, was actually putting that there. But it was a tight yard, always has been a tight yard. So it still works. So we want to be going to sleep till the morning. I believe that is everything done now. Weeding, obviously... apart from the rolling, which I realise we have got a roller, but we can't roll anymore because I forgot to do it. Yeah, in editing I was thinking, you've not rolled and you've got 2 rollers. It's true. For that I do apologise. I have not done that right. Yeah, now then, yeah, we've got 2 of them right there. My bad. Yeah, that's the trouble when you don't do it all of the time. It is true. I often in the first year don't do the roller. So then when you come and you do what we've done here, it's when you forget. So let's do this properly. Shut the door. We would sleep, I presume, that... is that the toilet? It is. I presume then we will be sleeping on that sofa. It's a very compact house. Right, and we do indeed want 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm posting the 4th episode, well, the 3rd episode, because the rules of engagement I didn't class as rules of engagement. Oh my life, now that was a cracking price of our income. That was about the best I've seen that. Smashing. 160,915. Now then, we need to be rectifying the damaged goods in the middle. We should have 2 different distinct... Oh, aren't we going to be... I think I've got crop destruction plus on, so the Challenger I cannot... Yeah, so we're going to have to basically... Yeah, put that down and on straight away, because we're going to crush it instantly. And I'm not sure if that's going to work. Yeah, oh, no, that's the one we want. Yeah, let's quickly, whilst that is... Yeah, we need to be grabbing you again, Massey. It's going to be hard to grab that, actually. It says. Yeah, we're going to need to do that again, aren't we? I don't know why I took that off. I knew that we needed it again today. I even said it a few minutes ago. So why did I do that? Right, smashing. So we did do the pistachios, otherwise we wouldn't have had the plastic boxes here on the edge. So yeah, we're all good for that. Yeah, I'm trying to... Yeah, I think we did most things on here, really. The only thing I think I cheated on was I didn't buy the... I'm trying to think. The pallet place. We just bought pallets. That's the only thing. And really, there's lots and lots of maps with that on. So I don't feel terrible that we didn't quite achieve that. So we need to make the call. So we're not going to do this for a while, though. Yeah, we're going to... Otherwise, we will get... Aha, we have got that. Clear load. Activate. We'll get you pretty much ready in your position, which is over here somewhere. I think that... is this one where we started? Right, well, yeah, that's true. Let's put it on the edge. And then let's grab this. Yeah, we may do a bit of damage because we've got big tyres on the Challenger's not. It looks like a dot. Right, okay, now we should be good to go. Now we will do some damage. Yes, we are. Yeah, so this should really oversow the damage that we're going to do. And then technically... So this should work. The workers get this to work. Fantastic. It is working. Excellent. We look at when a plan comes together. We've got everything on auto. Yes, we have. Fantastic. It shouldn't take as long with this big beast, really. Yes, I really am. So the one thing I'd like to finish off is obviously the corn oil, because that is unique to this map. I'm looking forward to doing that a lot. Now let's lift that up. We don't want to miss any. Like to be thorough. No, this goes out a little bit. May need to top up on these seeds. And we need to exit the field the same way we came in, so that we don't crush the other on the outside. I don't think I've ever done this before when I've made this sort of mistake. Because say last time I tried this on Avon Valley, I didn't sort of. I tried to oversow it actually when you just sown, and that doesn't work. It's got to have grown, so you can't do it with all crops if there was only a month window. And yeah, I think almost all crops though have like a double month where you can sow them for 2. So if you did make a mistake with one, if you did it in the first month, which I tend to sow in that very first month, then really it wouldn't cripple you. Now that I know this. Now then, brilliant. It is nice to rectify a fault like this when you've made a mistake. So we need to be going out that way once we've done this all of the field, so we don't do any more damage to the outside bit. Yeah, I'm just going to do the round and round. Do we time? Yeah, and it's going to rain in a bit. Obviously, we've also got the bales to do later in this day, but that will be another session. Yeah, all I'm hoping to complete to do is the weeding, which we'll set that going in a minute. And no, it's still say yeah. We need to finish this really before we do the weeding, or almost finish this. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the weed is starting in the centre again or whether it's... I think we'll set it going in a minute. We'll have a quick look. Otherwise it's going to be taking forever to finish. Yeah, weed growing on the bit that we've already done, so that's fantastic. Do we set a normal worker on for a minute? I think we do. And they're not going to damage crop either. Let's have a quick look. Does it say centre? No, that's... yeah, it doesn't actually tell you where it's starting. It's starting in the centre. Right, we're going to manually do the outside row because we've got narrows on. Otherwise it's not going to work. No, I was just going to say I'm going to time lapse it, but yeah, it's going to be not going to be a monster session really. So do you know, we'll chat. Definitely, yeah. So the state of play with the Let's Plays is, yeah, I've got quite a few horse aggravation. I am personally liking that, and actually, I noticed because, yeah, I'm a terror for like going on stats and not really giving any time at all for things to take. Yeah, horse aggravation wasn't terribly successful. Well, it was. I'd only just sort of put it up there. You're not going to get your figures straight away. Something that I've got to start to get. Although I'm not that heavily swayed by figures, really. Yeah, I think if there were only 2 or 3 people watching, I'd probably still carry on with a Let's Play until it had finished. Because you're always going to get some people who come on later as well, who... I did exactly the same with CDP. Where I literally during COVID was when I sort of binge watched almost every one of his videos, because it was that really got me through COVID, when I was cracking up with all the horribleness of COVID, when you were stuck inside and climbing the walls. It was Mr. CDP's videos that really got me sort of through, and I literally watched right the way to FS17. I went that far back. So yes. Oh, we're gonna hit that. Yeah, my bad. Right. How are we doing? Oh, no, he's doing well. Smashing. This might work. Yeah, I'm getting used to them, the normal workers on horse aggravation. But they are. They don't. People talk about a pattern with the workers. They don't always do. They're not always predictable. They're really not. The patterns that you get told, do a double headland and then you'll be all right. They're not always right. They do weird things. Seriously do. So yeah, it's a learning curve, and they've ripped fields up and wrecked them and all sorts of things when I've taken all of the believable, the things that you're supposed to do, and they still don't do what they're supposed to do. So yeah, I'm learning to babysit them a little bit more than course play, really. Right, now then, fantastic. Ooh. Yeah, still a bit more to do. That's where I started. Yeah, I was saying this, the hard is actually, this is a mod pack that nearly always features in the sales, and almost every other day you've got one of the hardy pack appear in the sales. It's weird how things work like that in the game. Well, some items you never appear. I think there must be a value setting for the value of things. Obviously, there's a lot of mods, cheap mods, that never appear in the sales. And some of the dearer ones do, but the cheap ones definitely don't. So it must have a value that obviously the variable that it works with. And that, yeah, if it's a cheap mod, it'll never ever show. But then other times I've seen things like the metal fac, not the metal fac, the other one, which is about 13,000. So that shows in the sales. So it's not quite as cut and dry as you think it is. And then now, should, if we go up and down, should be able to go up and down. Oh, there's a bit that we've missed there on the left. So let's quickly do that before we send it on the up and the down. We can always, if we miss a little tiny bit, which we probably are going to, because I'm going to do a bit of an overlap. I do an up now with this angle, should pretty much go straight on, and we will grab Lando, who's about to do the last row. Might be a little tiny bit of an overlap. Yeah, there is that little tiny line that we saw before as well. Got a few stones on the field, but it's too late. I know, I'm not sure it is anymore. Used to be, if you, which didn't make any sense to me, and I actually did call giants on that one. If you were using a cultivator, or there were stones already in, as soon as you do the whoa, nearly, very nearly. As soon as you do the planting, you basically tie those in, the stones, and then you couldn't lift them up. Well, that's a bit rubbish. Yeah, you really need to be able to grab the stones, but it was almost like the seeding stroke planting process was what sealed it for game mechanics, where it no longer actually allowed you to grab the stones. I don't know if it's still the case, but it did used to be the way that things worked. Oh. Let's just try to grab that. Somehow upset it a little. Brilliant. Excellent. Fantastic. And that is pretty much a wrap. Do we do the bale? I think we'll do the bales night session. I reckon we're good enough. Let's just stick this. If we can do this without wrecking the... stick this back away where it was before in that shed. We could do that. That's not a bad idea. Brilliant. Aha. Got an object, you've hit the bales. Do you know? It's twice you've done something like that. Right, let's do this ourselves. two more runs, I think, and we're pretty much done. And then if we make a mistake, we can literally rectify it once we go through. So we're not going to speed through. We're going to stop this when we get to the end of this, and yeah, then we'll leave it at that point. And then next session, we're going to pick those bales up and we're going to put those in, definitely. Yeah, so I was saying about the Let's Plays, wasn't I? Yeah. So I took the Hills of Tuscany, definitely next for the European map. We've got Neverland. Oh, we've got the White Farm. The White Farm is popular. A lot of people like the White Farm, so I'm a good idea, good sort of thing to crack on with the White Farm. Even though it was only supposed to be a bit of a mini-series, I'm quite happy with continuing on that. Because we never did finish St. Cali, really. It was, again, that was one of those Let's Plays where it was done for a bit of fun. I enjoyed it and didn't have a fixed start or finish, so we didn't really finish on St. Cali where it was finished because it wasn't supposed to be like that. So yeah, you don't always do it where, yeah, you've got to show the end. Yeah, you don't, not all Let's Plays do I do where we go out in a blaze of glory and we earn 14 million or whatever. Yeah, don't always do that because it's a farming game. We always finish with quite a lot of fields, always finish with quite a lot of, I mean, these Copheim, if you did the totting up, I think it was something like 4 odd million, and that we exited a bit early on that because it was, that again was one of those maps by DS Power as well, but we achieved what we wanted to achieve, really. It was always supposed to be a bit of a mini series, not a complete one. So right, if we go straight down, there's a little patch of weeds at the bottom of this. We should pretty much have done everything, I think. Well, you would, yeah, no, you're only going to see the weed. Yeah, that little blob of green is the weeds I'm going to get at the end of this. And yeah, we'll leave it at that point. I think we'll have rectified my mistake and done all the middle section. And we should be getting corn grow everywhere. The only thing is, we're going to have to wait till the second day, which still shouldn't mean that we lose any of the original crop. It should remain ready to harvest until the second day catches up. There we go. Job's a good one. So that should now be completely weeded on everything. Oh, missed a bit in that corner, I can see. Now then, yeah, we were... Well, we've got narrows, we can literally go straight past, so it doesn't matter. We'll top this up. And I think we're going to sign out. Yeah, so the American map, I think we'll be going to the White Farm, which we're already there. So again, that's a goodly way in as well. Yeah, as soon as I realised people were really quite like the White Farm, I literally, yeah, we're going to treat it as a full Let's Play rather than a partial one as I normally would, because people like it, we want to see it, so that's what we're going to do. That's where we normally park it. This is its... Yeah, I would like really to put one of those bit of a roof over it. I've done that before, but it doesn't always work perfectly well. So right, so I believe the Challenger is the last of our job, and I'm not sure I'm going to get it. Let's go into the Retriever. So I don't think I'm going to be able to see the circle. See if we can get past this line of stuff. And yeah, that was the thing I mentioned as well, was about this. Yeah, we've still got to do this a bit better. Yeah, I've not got this right. I've left half of the grass equipment out, which is bad. And obviously, yeah, trailers. Now that is something I have actually said on one of the other Let's Plays, is what do you do with your trailers? Especially if you've got a lot. We have got a lot of lots of different sizes, from the 70 tonner, the 30 tonner, the little, I think they're 8s, yeah, or 12 tonners, the wooden ones. So we've got loads of different ones of those. No, we won't. Yeah, this might be the last time that we've actually used this. Yeah, because I'm thinking of going to the end of the year, doing one more harvest of everything with all the fields that we've got now, and then that is us done, I think, on this. We should crack on with the Hills of Tuscany. Yes, I think we've achieved... Ooh, not quite. Let's not hit that tree. Yeah, I think we've achieved everything we wanted to do, really. But we'll get one more harvest of the almonds and the pistachios and all that type of thing. Oh, let's go back a little bit more. Yeah, I never did put the extra sort of... yeah, I think we've got enough here, really, with this one. I don't think we really need another one, but if we do, we will stick it down at the yard. No, I don't think this is one you have to drop. It has got those... yeah, it's a bit of one of the unceremoniously dropped ones. Right, we did say we would stick these at the side of the BGA next to each other. Ooh, the weight's in the way. Yeah. Right, okay. And that, as the saying goes, is a wrap. Most definitely. Yeah, so later on, let's just go and quickly see. I think they'll be ready, and we have got to be careful. There's not much room to come through, so yeah, I think we'll be being very, very cautious on how we go through with that. That's a very... I think actually this is probably the best way to come through. We could go down that... The headland is fairly large, so we shall see. Could go down there, here, where we are now. 96%, so we've got to go to about 10 o'clock. We could quickly scoot through there. I wouldn't mind doing that. So that these are at least ready. So next session, our job is to take this in. 99. Right, silage. Let's take it till 11. Just so that it allows all of them to catch up, because I know what it's like. We have rain coming. We're only taking those to the BGA, so it's not going to matter. Right, so we've got something in June, which we need to be doing as well, which is... Let's just have a quick look as we sign out. What is the thing coming up in June? There is the olive leaves, which we haven't got a lot, but yeah, we're going to do that properly. We have bottled olive oil and packaged almonds all right, and that bottled olive oil, as you can see, it's quite a considerable amount of money, really. So yeah, that's brilliant. Silage, yeah, it's going on how much we've got at the minute. So that we have a lot of literage of that 592 tons. There's 600 tons of silage, which is going to be injected into the BGA. So yeah, we've got 180 grand in the packaged almond oil and the bottled olive oil. So those olives really did do us proud. We did do very well out of our olives. But that is the end of the session. Yeah, 163,412. All of our fields are... Yeah, let's just show that. Yeah, I do like to show you everything. So we have... Yeah, growth. Obviously, yeah, the bit in the middle on 22 is not quite... we need to scan field 14. Yeah, that's the one thing I did mean to have a look. Did we leave it at the shop? Sorry, my mouse has disappeared. It does that, yeah, when the pointer disappears. I think it's one of those. No, it's not. Oh, every single time. That's the bucket, or no, it's not. It's the almond picker. That's right. It's not one of those. We've just seen that little lot. Well, it has got to be around here somewhere. So it's going to be one of those near the car. It's got to be. It's because it's... Okay. That's intrigued me enough to actually look at our equipment and say, well, whereabouts are you then? Because I am a little bit... Yeah, where are you? Ah. Huh? Well, I can't see it there. What? I bet that was not that. No, it definitely was. I thought it had got to be one of those. Why did it not? Nah, perhaps I was too close to one of the others. So we're going to scan the grass field as well next session, if I remember, and we're going to literally grab those bales and stick as many of them in there as possible. So we'll be doing that as well. But all that remains to be said on this fantastic map, where we are doing so what, did we check? Did we check the sales, Mr. Smith? Oh, yeah. Now this is another thing. Now that actually is not a bad thing for us to buy. A mechanical weeder, 42,870. We haven't. I don't think we have got a mechanical weeder. Let's have a quick look. And that is a beautiful system. It is as big as the. We need it. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's go. We should buy you indeed for 42,000. Oh, what's it called? I should look. Yeah, it's again names that just go wrong on me. So weeders, I'll kick myself for not knowing. I do know it. Yeah, it's not that I don't know it. It's that I can't think of the word for it. Weeder. Oh, come on, add it on the tip of my brain. Then that's the very one, the blue and the yellow. The Treffler, that's the one. Yeah. Oh, it's bigger than the Treffler. I didn't realise that. Wow, fantastic. So yeah, the horse is actually the biggest, 24.5 metre, and then you got the 12 metre one. That is the hoe for medium, small and medium. So fantastic. So we now have a mechanical weeder. We are really widening out our equipment. There's not an awful lot we need really. Nice big tractors that have done us proud all the way through the Let's Play, proving that teamwork is the way to go. It's nothing to do with. Oh, that's beautiful. It really is. I know it needs rolling, my bad, truly. But that is the end of another session. Yeah, it is. All I'm going to say is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this and other journeys. And as always, I do love to hear from yourselves. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.